People are entitled to their opinions. If you find somebody attractive, if you think that somebody is cute, sexy, fine, that is okay, because chances are I'll probably agree with you. But if you're one of those people that have to put other people down just to uplift another woman that you may find more desirable or attractive, I will drag you. And that woman too, if she's complicit in it. Because one thing I cannot stand is when men feel that in order to compliment another woman, they have to put down another woman. And it's like they get off from that. They really do. And I can't stand that, because I'm not somebody that goes out of my way to call people ugly just because somebody is getting more attention than me. I have friends in real life who have a lot of guys approach them. They are very social women, very beautiful, attractive. They have this glow to them that attracts men. And I'm one of those resting bitch face type of people. And I understand that. I understand who attracts other people and who does not attract other people, and I am aware of the type of men that I attract. And I am someone that attracts men of all spectrums, and I have my preference of my own. I'm not somebody that's going to deny somebody because of the color of their skin or their hair or their features. As long as you are attractive and you are humorous and you make me happy, I'm not going to just dismiss you because of something shallow like the size of you or your skin color. However, with the Jorja Smith debate, I feel like there are two types of people. There are those who find Jorja Smith attractive and those who use Jorja Smith to promote some type of agenda about how looking a certain way means that you are the most beautiful and no other woman can compete. And I feel I see a lot of the latter, where they can't just say they find Jorja Smith beautiful. They have to make dreads about it. They have to troll women who may not agree. They have to call them ugly. And it's typically black women that may be fat or may be larger, may be brown skin or darker, may have short hair, may have features that are not considered conventionally attractive. And there's nothing wrong with these women. A lot of these women are attractive, but they typically attack women who society does not deem beautiful, while Jorja Smith is the essential woman of color that will get called beautiful, while darker skinned women of color are often ignored. Now, as somebody who is not a dark-skinned black woman, I've had my fair share of discrimination. People talking about the color of my skin, people talking about my hair texture, people talking about my weight or my features. So when it comes to people putting people down for how they look, I am very sensitive to that, especially with my disability, because that is just something that has happened to me all through my life, especially in middle and high school. And to see other people bring somebody down just to uplift somebody else, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I follow Jorja Smith. I enjoy her music. I am not somebody that thinks that she's ugly. I don't hate Jorja Smith. I think that Jorja Smith is very pretty. Like, she's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous woman. She's a beautiful woman. She has beautiful skin, beautiful hair, beautiful features. But like I said, there are people who just think that she's pretty and they are genuine fans of her music. And then there are some men who are very color struck and will say that Jorja Smith is like the pingus. And then if a woman may not agree, or she points out that Jorja Smith gets a lot of attention and popularity because of the color of her skin and the fact that she's mixed race, especially in a music scene where being light skinned and mixed race boosts your career, especially in the Black British community. And even though I am African American, I am aware of colorism in the grime music scene in terms like lighties and blick. So when people bring that up when it comes to why Jorja Smith gets a lot of attention for her looks and not necessarily her music, there's always a bunch of men who want to say, well, you're jealous, you're ugly, you don't look better than her, which, I mean, that is your opinion. I personally think that I look better than a lot of people. I personally think that there's people who think that I'm super beautiful and I get attention for that. But I also know that I may not be everyone's cup of tea. So that's just your opinion. You know, you can think what you want about me, but if I say that I personally think that the person is pretty, but they aren't anyone that I have not seen before. I've seen a lot of pretty women that were of her skin complexion and of her features. These are typically the women that we see in the media since we were children that get gassed up and get lauded as beautiful, where somebody that's dark skinned, you know, may not get as much attention, or somebody who may be brown skinned but have features like me, you know, very kinky hair, broader nose, fuller lips, fuller features. You know, a lot of times, while some of us may get told that we are pretty, we do notice that there is a bias where people treat you different just because you may not be of a certain complexion or of a certain body type or certain features. So when people bring that up about Jorja Smith, I don't think that it comes from of a place of hate. I would never bring down another woman or say that she's not pretty when, look at her, she's gorgeous. And I feel bad that it comes across that way, because if I were Jorja Smith, I would just be absolutely annoyed, because she's just chilling, she's just minding her business, making music. And there are some women who are going as far as to call her ugly, which I don't agree. I don't agree that you should post pictures of other women or your friends and to say, oh, well, she looks better than her, because you're setting them up to get made fun of. And you're also wrong for trying to say that Jorja Smith is ugly and you're trying to compare her to other women, when you could just simply say, you know, I personally see women who may be more beautiful than Jorja, who is dark skinned or who may have different features. Women come in different shapes, sizes, background, sexuality, and I don't think that there's one type of beauty. But we all know by society, a lot of people have a narrow ideal of beauty just because how they were raised. I grew up in the early 2000s, and a lot of the women that were told that they were beautiful were the Paris Hilton types. They were blonde, thin, or they were brunette. And then if women of color were being told that they were beautiful, they looked like Beyonce. And I love Beyonce. Like, I will probably just cry if Beyonce were to walk in a room right now. But when women of color did get some type of shine, it was usually women of like a certain complexion, probably not any more darker than what I am. And not even that, because sometimes the women were as light as Jorja Smith. So you would really be hard pressed to see women that even look like me. But with how we are now, and we're starting to see how there is a bias with beauty standards and who gets told that they are beautiful and who gets dates and who does not. You know, I find that a little bit interesting that now people are denying it or saying that colorism is not real when it comes to desirability politics. Because I mean, it is real. We see it with texture, we see it with race, we see it with, again, size and weight. And I think I call it desirability politics now, because a lot of people that I follow have said, you know, I wouldn't say that it's colorism, because colorism is more violent than someone not wanting to date you because of the color of your skin or you not getting male attention. So now it's more so desirability politics that I am talking about, which includes colorism, which includes racism, which includes transphobia, cissexism, and what's the other word? Did I say ableism? Or no, fat phobia. And I think calling it desirability politics encompasses a lot of things, instead of just saying, well, this is racism or this is colorism, because somebody said, well, I don't necessarily think that is. So I do think it is better to call it desirability politics. But I just wanted to clear up that I'm not somebody that hates Jorja Smith. I am not someone that is unattracted to her. I just find it interesting that we grew up with people like Jorja Smith getting called beautiful, and they were the ones that we saw in the media or in magazines or in movies and shows or music videos that were told that they were beautiful, and a lot of men went for that, or a lot of women were friends with those types. And for people to say, well, there's not any type of preference, when we simply ask you, okay, so do you have to be light skinned and look like Jorja Smith to be considered beautiful? And when I ask that, I don't really get that answer. And I legit asked them, does somebody have to be mixed, light skinned, and have features like Jorja Smith to be the most beautiful? Is that your criteria for being the most beautiful? But I never get an answer for that. So That's neither here nor there. But again, have a blessed day. I want everybody to be safe. Take care of your skin. I love you, whether you are 5 hours a day or a day away.